What's up, guys? A lot of good response with the Edge Pro Apex video. I'm making this video because I know a lot of you guys out there, you kind of want the Edge Pro just because you want that polished edge. The polished edge is something really cool that a lot of you guys can't get because even if you sharpen in your stones, you never get anything that's fine enough. But a lot of you, send messages and you don't really want to spend that much money. How can I get a polished edge, without that? You don't really need the system. The system certainly helps, but all you really have to do is just buy the polishing tapes, and as you saw in the other video, they're literally stickers. This is the yellow one is a 3000 grit. Okay, I have an old table here. Just make sure it has a nice straight edge. Took the sticker and literally stuck it to the side of the table. Okay, there's a CRKT M4. I'm trading this with Elliot Matrix 1976. And I just want to do a video real quick. You want a polished edge on it, so this is all I'm doing. I'm polishing the edge. Just make sure you hold your angle right. And of course, you want to just on a crappy table, just in case you do actually accidentally cut your table. But keep a consistent edge. You go through. See, you don't want to do that. I angled too much towards the end there, and I started to cut it, but I stopped myself. You can do, straight back and forth. You can do circles. As long as that is consistent, you're literally going to polish your edge up to sharpen it. I would just strongly recommend when you're all done here, definitely stropping it. Okay, just to even out your edge so it stays nice and sharp. Anyway, here's the one side. Let me clean it off my shirt. And show you this 3000 grit polished edge. I mean, that's really polished. There's actually one little dirty spot on it. Hang on a second. Yeah, now you can do this wet or dry. Wet is easier, but dry works just fine. But there's a 3000 degree edge, and if you catch that light right, you see a sparkle. It's like jewelry. But I'll do the other side and see if we can do it before, because I started doing this on the machine and I had the idea to make this video. But here's the before. It's kind of shiny. This is just with the pink tape, which is 1000. But let's do that other side right now. And you can see I kind of only used half the tape here. So I can consolidate that, or save it rather, not consolidate, that's the wrong word. Whoa, don't want to go underneath it. Just keep your angle consistent, alright? If you're not good at hand sharpening, this may not be the best bet for you. But if you think you can tackle, freehand sharpening, or if you do that already pretty good, just buy these tapes. Stick them to the, the corner of a table just like this, and go to town. I did have a conversation with someone recently. Even when you polish your edge, you can make an edge too sharp to work good. I know that sounds really stupid, and it's probably a subject for a completely different video, but you can sharpen a knife so sharp that it actually feels dull, because that edge is so ridiculously thin that it doesn't want to bite anymore. Your micro serrations are extremely small, and it doesn't grip into things, People talk about the difference between a toothy edge and a smooth edge. I've had knives that I've sharpened so much that they don't feel sharp. And I know that seems stupid, but it's true. There is a limit. Alright, so now I'm doing kind of lighter passes, not nearly as much pressure. To start off with, I did have a little bit more downward pressure to get that going. And now just kind of longer, smooth strokes. Alright, clean the blade off, any of that metal dust and filings and so forth. And here's that first side again. Nice and shiny and polished. And the reverse. Beautifully shiny and polished. Sometimes it's hard to get that angle. God, you walk outside, get some sunlight, this thing is gleaming. See if I can get really close. Now we'll go back and hit this with oil, because if you see those, see the tiny little black spots on there? That's just the metal dust. So I got to clean it off with some oil. But it's nice. Pretty cool. Nice polished edge. So yeah, you don't need to spend the 200 bucks or 150, whatever these Apex kits sell for. Just go out and buy the polishing tapes. I honestly don't remember what they cost offhand, but they're not that much. And you can do something like this at home, just on the corner of a workbench or something. Just make sure obviously it's nice and flat. And when you're all done, just peel it up. It's just a sticker. All it is a really fine sandpaper sticker. And then obviously throw it out, don't reuse it. If you're gonna do this method, I would still recommend doing it slightly damp. I mean, with this fine of a polished surface, you need like 1 drop of water would be fine for each side. That's literally all you need. But easy cleanup, as you can see. Throw that away, rub some oil on your knife, and you're good to go. And you got a nice polished edge. That's all. Just a quick little video on it. You don't always need to spend all that extra money or get bummed out that you can't get the same results, because you can. Just buy the most important part, the polishing tape. Obviously, it's going to be a little bit easier on the machine, or it's not a machine, but on the tool or system, simply because it keeps the angle perfect for you, and you'll have a very consistent edge. Worst case scenario is when you're polishing, you kind of round the polish. Not a tremendous deal. It's really not a big deal. The time that's going to be, I think, more prevalent or more easily noticeable is if your bevel is a lot wider. Like if you want to polish, say, a Scandinavian blade or something, you may want to go with the system, because to freehand that, it's hard to keep that steady. It's more noticeable the fatter your bevel is. So anyway, that's all. All right, I'm back. I forgot, last time I did one of these videos showing a polished edge with that case knife, someone's like, what, no cut test? So here's a piece of phone book paper. Yellow books. Anyway, here it is, nice polished edge. And I remember I used to do those real small curly cues. Remember those? I haven't done that in a long time. I just kind of grip the very edge of the paper and peel it across and make like a little curly cue. But anyway, extremely sharp. Trick with phone book paper is keeping it straight. Anyway, here's one more. So, sharp enough for pretty much anything you're ever going to need it for. Even if you happen to be a brain surgeon and you need to make an incision. By the way, this M4's got that auto locks. I'm not a huge fan of the auto locks, but you can easily pop that spring out and just make it manual in case you don't want to use that. The only difference, obviously, is the auto locks automatically engages, so you have the lock for the lock. So the only problem is that instead of just, because I'm so used to just, for a line lock, just hitting that over and closing it, you can't. But you have to kind of accustom yourself to first using your pointer finger to push that down, then push that over, then release, then grab the blade, and then because this is assisted, it adds another little step of complication, because when you go to close that, there's that resistance, and sometimes it's just funny. But after a while, you can kind of get used to it. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. But it is kind of a pain in the butt. I'd rather not have that. Like, I love the locks system, or locks, L-A-W-K. I like that. I just don't like that it automatically engages. So if you have one of these things, pop the spring out, and then you can manually do that in case you ever want that extra bit of security. Anyway, nothing to do with this video. Take it easy.